Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Modern Monday. In this week's episode, I decided to paint up some of Footsore Miniatures' modern civilian line. I think it's in their Ukrainian section. So we've got an assortment of male and female civilians, mostly Eastern European looking or Russian looking. You could probably use some of these miniatures for World War II civilians as well. There's a few that you couldn't, but majority of them you could probably use them for World War II games if you had scenarios where you wanted refugees trying to flee the area. And that's what I'm going to be using them for in Modern as well, is refugees that are clogging up the roads where you're trying to get vehicles through, or just fleeing and you're trying to accomplish getting them off the board. And so that's basically what I'm going to be using these models for. They're really nice looking models, fairly detailed. I highly recommend them. I've painted them all with GW contrast paints because I wanted to do them really quick. I started this project this morning before I went to work, and I painted a little bit when I got home, but I was pretty tired after working. So what I've decided to do is just to show you guys where they're at right now, and in the next episode I will show you them completed. So like I said, I use GW contrast paints for all these miniatures so far. I will be going in and doing regular paints and highlighting and coloring in some other details, and then I'll be basing them more mud and ruins, and just like looking like they're fleeing through a battle zone. So I'm going to do those up, and so next week when you see them again, they should be done and based and finished painting. But that's what I'm working on right now. While I'm working on these with contrast paints and washes and stuff like that, they take a little while to dry. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to just pull these off now. Pull these off real quick. I love these Citadel miniature holders. I use them a lot. I'm finding that they come in really handy. I used corks and popsicle sticks for many years. I still use popsicle sticks for regiments when I'm painting stuff like that, but I love these stands. But this is what I'm working on. Some more stuff for my 10 mil. Let's see if I can get this to focus in here a little bit better. And there we go. And I've got one done, and I'll start on the other one. And what I do is when I'm waiting for something to dry, I just pick up one of these models and I paint it. And the numbers and the letters are all hand painted on and stuff like that. But I think that's starting to look really good. That's an SA8 Gecko, I believe's the right name for it. So I'm working on that for my 10 mil project, and I've pre-ordered my rule book for North Ag, and I also pre-ordered a British force to fight this force of Soviet armor. And speaking of Soviet armor, I'm just going to move these off to one side. Grab the next thing. And make sure this is in focus. Adjust the focus. And we'll adjust the lighting. Oops, a little too much. Sorry guys, I'm still new to this cameras and this software. Whoops, now I made it too dark. have I done? There we go. There we go. 1T72 Tank Company, all done, all painted, weathered, some numbers and letters hand painted on, little stars on the lights and stuff. But I think these look good. They're good enough to play on the battlefield, you know. And I think these will be really good reinforcements for my Soviets. So that's what I've got done from last week. Is I've gotten all 10 of these T-72s done, and I will have, what am I working on for 10 mil next? Probably T-64s next. And I'm gonna get I'm thinking about doing a full battalion of T-64s for 10 mil. Not knowing fully what the rules are for the new game, and only little snippets released, I'm just going by, you know, what I feel looks right. So I'm going with 3 companies of T-64s. I had printed these T-72s because I found the file, and I thought, oh, let's just do some T-72s. But you know, first units you'd probably see are the T-64s, because they were the best tanks they had at that point in the 80s. So I'm going to do more T-64s. I won't, you know, these are a good test for my paint scheme and everything, and I'm really happy with them. And I'm sure there's T-72s in the book, or it might be in a later book, but I've got those done, and next thing is T-64s and probably BTR-60s, because those seem to be the core units that I need to play the game. Other than that, that's what I've worked on this week. So next week I will show off the finished civilians, and I will have a new project for next week, starting on Monday. I'm hoping you guys enjoy this video. I'm using this video to kick myself in the butt to paint more, to show you what I've done for the week, and because I'm trying to knock that pile of models down, and I've got a lot of models to paint. But that's it for this week. Tune in next Monday, and I will have another video with some more modern stuff in it. And every week it'll be something different. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and hit subscribe and like down below, and it'll keep you advised as to when I have more content out. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.